Ethan Cole was the kind of man who made headlines for his business brilliance, not his emotions. At just 35, he had turned Cole Enterprises into one of the most powerful tech conglomerates in the city. To the world, he was a visionary CEO, confident, untouchable, unshakable. But behind the tall glass windows of his office and the crisp designer suits was a man haunted by loss. His wife, Claire, had passed away 3 years ago, leaving behind their only daughter, Lily, a bright-eyed, 6-year-old girl with the same golden curls and laughter that once filled their home with warmth. Now, that laughter was rare. Between board meetings, press interviews, and sleepless nights, Ethan was losing touch with his daughter. He told himself he was doing it for her, building a future, securing her world, but deep down, he knew he was just avoiding his pain. So when Lily's doctor suggested hiring a personal nurse to help manage her anxiety and health after a series of emotional breakdowns, Ethan agreed immediately. His assistant arranged everything. He didn't even ask to see the applicant's name. That morning, the mansion was unusually quiet. Ethan was running late for work when he heard Lily giggling upstairs, a sound he hadn't heard in months. Curious, he followed it. The moment he stepped into the playroom, he froze. There, kneeling on the floor beside Lily, was a woman with soft chestnut hair tied in a messy bun, wearing a pale blue nurse's uniform. Her head was bent as she helped Lily braid a doll's hair, her voice light and familiar. It hit him like lightning. That voice, that laugh, that smile. Amelia. The woman stiffened, slowly turning to face him. Her hazel eyes widened in shock. Ethan. The air grew heavy. Lily blinked, glancing between them. Daddy. You know Nurse Amy. Ethan's chest tightened. Nurse Amy. He hadn't heard that name in years. Back when Amelia Rivera had been studying nursing and he was a struggling entrepreneur trying to find his place in the world. They'd fallen in love young, passionately, foolishly, but ambition had pulled him away. He'd left her to chase his dreams, promising to come back. He never did, and now, here she was, in his house, holding his daughter's hand. Amelia swallowed hard, forcing a smile. I'm filling in for another nurse. Just temporary. Ethan nodded stiffly, though his mind was spinning. I see. An awkward silence followed. Only Lily's innocent voice broke it. Nurse Amy says I'm brave. She said brave girls don't cry when they miss their mom. Ethan looked at Amelia, startled. Her eyes softened with quiet understanding. She didn't pity Lily. She saw her. That evening, Amelia stayed late, helping Lily with dinner and bedtime. Ethan stood outside the door, listening as she read The Little Prince aloud. Her tone was gentle, wistful, the same way she used to read to him when he was exhausted from working nights in a tiny apartment. When Lily finally fell asleep, Amelia turned, and found Ethan standing in the doorway. You shouldn't be here, she whispered, not unkindly. I wasn't supposed to take this job. My friend, Sarah, was meant to come, but she got sick. I just stepped in for the day. Ethan's voice was low. Maybe it wasn't a mistake. Amelia's lips parted, but she didn't speak. For a moment, the years between them disappeared, the heartbreak, the silence, the distance. It was just two souls, caught between what was and what could have been. Then, as quickly as it came, the moment was gone. Amelia collected her things, professionalism returning to her posture. I'll stay until Sarah recovers, she said softly. After that, I'll be gone. Ethan didn't stop her. He couldn't. The first few days after Amelia's return were tense. Ethan tried to act indifferent, but he found himself coming home earlier each evening, something his staff noticed immediately. He told himself it was to check on Lily, but deep down, he knew it was more than that. Every time he saw Amelia sitting with his daughter, teaching her to draw, laughing over bedtime stories, he felt something shift inside him. His mansion, once filled with silence and grief, now carried the gentle hum of warmth. Lily was smiling again, and that smile came from Amelia. But for Amelia, it wasn't that simple. Each day she spent at the Cole mansion reminded her of what she'd lost. 8 years ago, Ethan had been her everything, her late-night phone calls, her heartbeat, her dream. She'd believed in him even when he was broke, exhausted, and uncertain. But when his startup began to rise, so did the distance between them. Until one night, he'd simply said, I can't do both, Amelia. I need to focus on my future. She remembered leaving his small apartment in tears, not realizing that years later, that same future would bring her back into his life. Now, she was here, not as his love, but as his daughter's nurse. And yet, every stolen glance, every quiet moment made it harder to remember why she needed to stay away. One rainy evening, Ethan returned home early. Thunder rolled outside as he stepped into Lily's room and froze. Amelia sat on the edge of the bed, brushing Lily's hair while softly singing. The room was bathed in warm light, and for the first time in years, Ethan felt peace. When Amelia noticed him watching, she smiled faintly. "She's asleep," she whispered. He nodded, his voice rough. "Thank you, for everything you've done for her." Amelia set the brush down. "Lily's a wonderful girl, she just needs love, and time." Ethan's eyes softened. "You've given her both." He paused. "And maybe, you've given me something, too." Amelia looked away quickly, standing to leave, but he reached out, gently catching her wrist. The contact sent a jolt through them both, familiar, electric. "Amelia, wait." She turned, heart racing. His eyes were vulnerable now, no longer the cold, composed CEO everyone else saw. "Why did you come back?" he asked quietly. "Really?" She hesitated. "Because your daughter needed me. That's all." He shook his head slowly. "No, I think fate had other plans." Her breath caught. "Fate." He stepped closer. 8 years ago, I walked away because I thought I had to choose between love and success. But all this time, Amelia, every success felt empty without you." Tears welled in her eyes, but she fought them back. "You can't just say that now, after everything." "I know," he whispered. "But I'm saying it because it's true. I built everything I thought I wanted, and yet, the only dream I ever really had was you." Silence filled the room. The rain tapped gently against the window, matching the rhythm of her heart. Before Amelia could respond, a small voice interrupted them. "Daddy." Lily stood at the door, rubbing her sleepy eyes. "Are you mad at Nurse Amy?" Ethan quickly knelt beside her. "No, sweetheart, never." He smiled gently and looked up at Amelia. "In fact, I'm hoping she'll stay." Lily's eyes brightened instantly. "Really? Can she stay forever?" Amelia's breath trembled. The innocence in Lily's voice melted the last of her defenses. She knelt beside the little girl, brushing a curl from her cheek. "Forever is a long time, sweetheart," Amelia whispered. "But sometimes," Ethan said softly, meeting her gaze, "forever starts with just one choice." Amelia looked at him, the years of hurt and love swirling between them. And in that moment, she saw it, his sincerity, his regret, and his love, still burning quietly after all this time. Slowly, she nodded. "Then maybe, I'll stay." For a while, Ethan smiled, the kind of smile she hadn't seen since they were young. Weeks turned into months. Lily's laughter filled every corner of the mansion again. The three of them shared breakfasts together, movie nights, and Sunday walks through the garden. What began as an accident had become something none of them wanted to lose. One night, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Ethan found Amelia on the balcony, watching the city lights. He stepped beside her, silent for a long moment before speaking. "You once told me dreams fade when you wake up," he murmured. "But maybe, some dreams wait until you're ready to live them." Amelia turned, eyes shimmering. "And what if I'm still afraid?" He smiled softly. "Then I'll wait, because I've already spent 8 years dreaming of you." This time, when he reached for her hand, she didn't pull away. And as their fingers intertwined beneath the quiet stars, Amelia realized something. She wasn't just Lily's nurse anymore. She was home. But as he watched her walk down the long hallway and disappear into the night, something deep inside him stirred, a feeling he thought he had buried long ago. The woman he once loved was back in his life by accident. And for the first time in years, Ethan Cole felt something he hadn't felt in a very long time: hope.